Good evening. Good evening for all engineers. I wish all of you can hear me. Please type yes or no. Type yes or no. Did you hear me? Please, all of you? No. Just type yes or no. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Yes, yes, yes. That's good, that's good. Thank you. Very good, very good, very good. How everything, guys? Did you study? Did all of you study? Yes or no? Did yes, very good, very good, very good, very good. Gabriel, very good. Look, guys, the exam it will start soon, and the capacity per day, the production per day, it will be 120. 120 multiply, I believe, 5 days. That's mean per day per week 600 per week. Multiply 600 engineers. 600 engineer mean per month you can say 1,600 for that's meaning 2,400. Before the capacity it was 60 engineer per day. That means they are now doubling the production. If مثلا, for example, if your application number is 73,000, they are stopped almost, they are stopped, the exam stopped almost around the application number. It was 70,000, 70,000 plus. That's mean what? That's mean expected after they are open exam, they are going to open for the exam. That mean they are going to have their months almost 2,000 something. Yani, you can predict your A forecast. We will discuss about all of these topics and your strategy and how you are. We have 18 exams and how many questions in this exam from previous exams, and all of these ones we are going to discuss about it soon. Inshallah. Let us just finish our course, and after that we can dedicate one hour or 2 hour discuss about this one. I am willing to give more hours. Don't worry, guys. May 1st of September. They are saying in August and September. Nobody, but anyway, let us see July 1st. But July there is no hope. July there is no hope. Maybe in August. Maybe in August, as you said, 1st of September. But there is a lot of saying nobody can predict exactly. But for sure, 100% 1st September it will be. Maybe earlier. Anyway. Uh, Today, it seems how many engineers now? Let us see. We have now 12 engineers. Okay, let us start, guys, because as almost. Alhamdulillah, we are starting on time. We stopped. We stopped last class on. We have activity on arrow techniques, scheduling techniques. When I am saying scheduling means I am start to put the activity in relation and put duration, estimated duration for each activity. And through this network, I'm going to calculate the critical path and total duration for the project. Critical path is the longest path for the project. How many critical paths in your project? A lot, but it's not every critical path is the longest path. This is different story. We are not focusing on this one. When we said the longest path is the total duration for the project, and when I said critical path means every activity each activity in critical path is have no float, zero float. How can we calculate the float? We'll see how calculate the float. What the meaning free float? What does it mean? What does mean total float? We'll discuss about this one right now today. We have in our uh, session today plan. Our plan is we will finish all project management. So we have the slides, slide 03. 03 اللي هي project management, which is already we are started from last class, and we stop at this technique. This is the activity on our technique. We stop until here. We discuss about activity list, estimate activity duration, and 3-point estimate sequence activities. And project scheduling baseline, we'll discuss about it. Critical path, we'll discuss. And we start in networking diagram activity on arrow. After that, we'll discuss about activity on node and BDM, precedence diagramming methods. We'll discuss. We'll discuss about schedule compression, crash and fast tracking, and resource leveling. And we'll go for 04 project management. Will discuss about cost, how you are develop your cost baseline, what about cost control, what about schedule control, what's about SBI, what about CBI, and quality. Will discuss about quality in general. What does it mean quality control? What does it mean quality assurance? And in the end, we will finish our class, inshallah. So we have as well our exercise and our homework, which I sent yesterday. Homework, this homework number 1. If even I am coding everything with the code, see guys, I am coding here 01 homework number 1, exercise 404 exercise project management. That's mean what we have so far 4 exercise, so far we have 4 slides, so far we have 1 homework. Okay, when you are putting your this material as a soft copy in your system, organize it this way: slides, exercise, homework, exams. So you have 4 folders in your system, and this is a soft copy. Whatever hard copy you can print as you like, but I am not advising to print everything as a hard copy. Exams, exercise, homework, you can hard copy because you need to practice. You need to say it in the front of like open e-book. This is don't study with online, and no study with a mathematics calculator. You have calculator, you have pen, you have blank papers. Study with dedicated focusing time. Time. We will finish in a activity on arrow. I will give another refreshment for activity on arrow. I will give some refreshment كده about activity on arrow. You remember that I have one. We call this event activity on arrow. Another activity. One activity, another event, 2, 1, and you have here 2 other activities. One, two, A, B, C, D, E. Here is, we can put 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, and 7 days, and 9 days, and 8 days. Okay, guys? Time. What is the long ID? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many road paths? I have 1. I have 2 road paths. 1, 2, 3, 5. And I have another 1, 1, 2, 4, and 5. Calculate with me. This is how many days? 1 to 2 is 5 days. B 6 days يبقى 11. 11 plus 8 is equal 19. This is 19 days. Okay. And I have another root is 1, 2 is 5. 5 plus 7, 12. 12 plus 9 is equal, plus 9 is equal, 12 plus 9 is equal 21. I have 21 days here. 21 days here. Okay. Type. Assume I'm giving you now a dummy activity. I am just try to give you a dummy activity to make you understand sure what is the dummy activity. If I am going to put this as a dummy activity, and I will make, what is this dummy activity? This is A, B, C, D, E, F. This F dummy activity, 0 duration. We don't have any duration and dotted. That means I have another root, what you call it, 1, 1, 2, and 4, and 3, and 5. How many? The total duration is equal 3 to 4, 4 to 3 is 0, 0. يبقى دي 1 to 2, 5. 2 to 4, 7, 12. Plus 0 ادي 12. 3 to 5 is 8. See, 8. That's meaning how many days? That's just 12, 20 days. حلو قوي. طب if you have, assume I will give this is 8 days. That means what here? This from 4 to 5 is 5 is 8. That means this is 20 days. Okay. Now I have two critical paths. Two critical paths. What does it mean D now? D before and after. Before dummy. Before dummy. This is before the dummy. If you are removing this one, this one is before dummy. Before dummy means this activity, this two root, we have 19 and we have 20. We have 19 days and plus 19 and 20. That's meaning we have one critical path. One critical path, our critical path in this case is equal what? Is equal, it will be here. This is our critical path now. This is our, what is happening? Why? This is a critical path, still black. Funny one. Okay, the critical path is, our critical path is 1, 2 اللي هو A and C 8. That's meaning A, C, B. يبقى our critical path is A and C and B. Okay, that is 20 days. If you give a dummy activity, this is your dummy activity, as I said. If you put this dummy activity now, before dummy activity, I forgot. Before dummy activity is what? D cannot start until what? Until B start. Until B finish, sorry. يعني D before adding any dummy activity means what? D have constraint telling you that B should be finished and D will start. Once you put that dummy activity, the dummy activity telling you what? F is equal 0. That means what? A D cannot start until what? A D cannot start until B with C finish. يعني it should be C and B finish. After that D. That's meaning we have another critical path. is هو critical path. Another one is equal A, C, F, and D. This is another critical path. Which one is the longest one? Which is the one is the longest one? The longest one is how many activities in the critical path? It's the longest one. Both of them longest, yes. But when you are both of them critical path, yes, but it's not mandatory. That's the critical path. The longest path is a critical path. Okay, guys. But anyway, in your exam, the longest pass is the critical pass. That's it. Finish. So that means what? Total duration for the. What about this pass? What about this route pass? اللي هو ال B, ال B, and the D. This is another route now, صح? Guys, okay. This is route is equal what? Is equal 19 days. We calculated 19 days. 19 days. اللي هي 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 plus D is equal 19 days. Means what? Any activities, يعني each activities have only 1 day total float. يعني can be A delayed 1 day, can be only. If the A delayed 1 day, that's meaning B should be finished on time. Should be D finish on time, or B can have 1 day, or B have 1 day to finish on to be delayed. That's mean what? If A as actual should be 5 days, and then B it will take 7 days, and D it will be 8 days. Or D can be delayed 1 day. That's meaning 9 days. 9 days plus 6 is equal 15 plus 5 is equal 20. Any delays in non-activities, non-critical path activities, if the total float exceeds than the limit, that means what? The project will delay. Assume you are delaying in critical path. Each activity delayed in critical path 1 day, it will impact the entire project 1 day. Slowly we are going to, this is the definition of what does it mean critical path and what is the total float. Still we have free float and total float. We will go one by one. For the time being, we have activity on arrow. This activity on arrow, each activity, we have arrow, this arrow, activity on arrow. But arrow is represented what here? Activity. A node activity is represented event, station, like milestone you reach, something like that. You can call it station, milestones, whatever you like. But the activity is presented in the arrow. This activity on arrow, activity on AOA. This is the network, first network. I will go directly for the next network, second network. By the way, I forgot to tell something about our homework. I will discuss about homework. Don't worry, guys. I will discuss about homework until I finish all the scheduling. After I finish the scheduling part, I will discuss the homework because we have little bit some questions related to scheduling. Okay, guys, clear? Please tell me yes or no, so I will not be by swimming in the ocean by my own. Clear. Okay, very good. It's very hard to be online.
Just a question real fast. Hi, this is Firas Abuzaki. Thank you. Regarding the activity on arrow, is it still applicable in the MMUP examination?
Yes, all. Activity on arrow, activity on node, BDM, all. You are going to have one of them. You have in project management scheduling part, you are going to have maybe 2 questions. Whatever I'm telling right now, maybe you have only 2 questions. Imagine. Yes.
It's not much use anymore, you know what I mean. Okay.
Don't worry, guys. Everything will be okay. Let us go for activity on node. The second technique. Okay, what's the second technique? Second technique is opposite. How? Let us see. Activity on node يبقى AON. It's not AOA. طيب يبقى ايه activity AON. In this case, we have node is considered as activity now. And I have relation between the activity and the other activity. This line or this arrow, it will be as finish to start relation. يبقى I have activity وليكن A and I have A is 5 days. يبقى total duration for activity is 5 days and B I have 5 days. Sorry, say 7 days. يبقى del B. يبقى total duration for your project is equal how many days? Equal 5 plus 7 is equal what? Equal 12 days. جميل؟ طيب if you have another finish to start, all your relation in your exam is finished to start unless he will tell you the relation in the relation itself, start to start. But if finish to start means what? Finish to start, activity B cannot start until activity E to finish. Activity C is مثلا 4 days cannot start until it be finished, and activity activity A, B, C, D, 10 days. That mean what? The activity D cannot start until it be finished. And I have another activity, we call it E, وليكن 10 days. And this is the relation between all the network. How many activities I have now? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 activities. Okay. Total duration for the project is A. I have to root as well. A, B, C, E, and A, B, D, E. A, B, D, E is equal 10, 10, 7. See, I am already. Okay, you can put here B, and here is 7, and you can put here A, and you can put here 5. No big deal. Whatever the activity, you buy A 5 days, B 7 days, and 12 is C 4 days, and 11, 12 plus 4 is equal 16, and 26. I have 26 days here, and I have 5 plus 7, 12, 12, 22, and 32. I have 2 rows, 32. Okay. How many? The total duration for the project is equal 32. This is in brief. I will give another example for how to calculate the total duration for the project by using activity on node. Okay, let us see another one. We can put as well dummy activities here. Dummy activities, we can put it in activity in this network, but it's not common. Dummy activities always coming in activity on arrow. Most common. If you have network like that, activity, another activity, another activity, all of them start with what? Start with another activity. Like A is equal 5 days, and B 7 days, and C 10 days, and D equal 12 days. And I have another activity, 2 activity here, and 1 activity, and another activity. I will check now what A, B, C, D, E, 10 days, and F 7 days, and you have G here 3 days. And your relation between your network like that, finish to start, and like that, and you have here finish to start, finish to start, finish to start, and you have finish to start, finish to start. What is the longest path for your network? Using activity on what? Activity on arrow. Activity on node, sorry. Activity on node. Let me check what are happening here. Please write stepwise. Okay. طيب. يبقى activity A have 5 days. Activity B cannot start until A finish. يبقى here ادي 5 plus 7 ادي equal what? Equal 12. How you calculate it? You can calculate it by this way. Very simple. ادي step by step. Start with 0. The first activity A start with 0. 0 plus 5 is equal after activity finish means in day number 5 activity A in your duration, because any project start with 0. Okay, notice to proceed or commencement date is start with 0. So 0 plus 5 is equal 5 here. Here is 5 plus 7 is equal 12. Activity B will finish in day number 12 in your project duration. And I have here 5 C. C cannot start until A finish. 5 plus 10 is equal 15. حلو قوي كده. 5 D cannot start until A finish. It's meaning what here is 5. 5 plus 12 is equal 17. 17 days. حلو. Now I have activity E. This is finished to start. As I told you, finished to start and finished to start all, unless he mentioned any arrow like that indicated a relation with finished to start. Don't worry, he will not give you the relation, but relation as a standard is finished to start. E, start when? Start on 12 and take 10 days. That's meaning what? I have 22 days. 22 days. And I have here is C, have, G have, E with C, F with E with C. طيب. F start when? F start after D finish. D will finish in 17. يبقى 17 days plus 7 is equal what? Equal 24. 24 يبقى it will finish in 24 days. C 15 days and the E 22 days. G when will start? G will start in 24 days because the longest pass يبقى 24 plus 3 is equal 27. I calculate now the total duration for the project. The longest pass is ادي ال5 A 5 D equal 12 يبقى دي 17. E F equal 7 يبقى 17 plus 7 is equal 25. 24 يا ربي. 24 plus 3 is equal 27. I am just step by step, guys, how to calculate it different ways. Don't worry, we'll start with a lot of exercise. And everything will be okay. Wait. Surely if using dates, then the commencement date, of course. If you have 1st of August, 1st of July, your project date, that's meaning this is start from 1st. I am just telling you this is a technique how to calculate the the total duration for the project and the technique, whatever the networking techniques. طيب, this is the way if you are need to calculate an activity on node. I will give another example, guys. Don't worry. We have a lot of example. I will give a small one now with a small network. How to calculate? What does that mean? Forward pass. What does it mean? Back forward pass. How to calculate float? What is the float? Total float. What is the free float definition? And we'll see. A network with 4 activities now is more easy for all of you. Don't confuse yourself. Slowly, we are going to get all what we need. I have here the one activity. Let us deal with the standard network. This activity description B, and I have another activity. This is what we call it C, and I have the first activity is equal A, and the total duration here is 1 day, 4 days, and 5 days, and I have activity A, B, C, D. Make it slowly, and the 10 days. So all this network, I have relation between the activities like that. This is the activities now. Finish to start. Finish to start. Finish to start. يبقى how many activities now in our network, in our project? 4 activities. I have 4 activities. 4 activities. Calculate with me the total duration for the project. Okay? Calculate with me the total duration for the project. Start with 0. 0 plus 1 is equal 1. يبقى activity A, it will finish the same day, the first day. In our technique, guys, we don't put a finish to finish dates. We say that means what? The activity, the same activity B will start in the same day. يعني ايه? Here activity B, it will start in day one. It's not second days. In any scheduling software, it's calculated plus 1. But in your exam, the network is the internet ID. In your exam, calculated with same day. يبقى 1 plus 4 is equal 5. And here is what? Here is 1 plus 5 is equal 6 days. يبقى activity B, it will finish in day number 5. Activity C, it will finish in day number 6 in your project. طب activity D start when then? Activity D will start in day number 6, the longest. He will wait until B finish, and he will wait for C finish. So that means what? It will take the 6 days. يبقى 6 plus 10 is equal 16 days. I calculate what? I calculate the total duration for the project. What is the total duration for the project is equal what? Is equal 60. In this network, I have A, B, D. This is one root. Adi 1. Equal what? Equal how many days? Equal 15 days. Adi A 1, 4, 5. 5 plus 10 is equal 15 days. I have A, the second root is A, C, D equal what? Equal second root is equal 16 days. Let me check what all of you have a problem here. Internet have some issues today. Surely, if using dates, then the commencement date can 16 critical pass. Okay, guys, this is very good. This is very good. Okay. Okay, let's see now 16. I calculate the critical pass. Critical pass is what? Critical pass is activity A. This is a critical pass now. And after activity A finish, C will start, and C will take. This is a critical pass now. And this is the relation between, and this is your critical pass. Okay. This is class activity on node. That's meaning what we will, but don't need to put early start, early finish, late start, late finish in this node now. We will do it in precedence diagram methods, and you practice first precedence diagram methods, how to calculate early start, late start, and early finish and late finish by each activity. Then you can apply this methodology on activity on node. This activity on node, activity on node. Then network. This is a second technique to estimate total duration for your project, critical path, longest path, all such is a knowledge. Okay. Let us go for the third one, which is already, it will make clear for everybody. The residence diagram method. What does it mean, residence diagram method? Is near to activity on node, but this is a common in all softwares like Primavera, Microsoft Project, and they are taking these methods. We have BDM means I have any activity I will present it by this way. Rectangular. This rectangular is activity key description in the middle here. Activity name or activity description, whatever you can say, activity name. And I have a D اللي هي duration activity, and I have here is a float. If slug or float. Activity name have every activity, any activity in networking in our projects have early start dates, early start, ES, late, early finish, and I have late start and late finish. This is the way how we present it in BDM, residence diagram methods. We will give example for this network. I will keep this figure with me. So I have a network, beautiful network. Let us back calculate total duration for the project, floats, and let us see. You have A, activity A. $10 days. And you have finish to start with B. يعني activity A start and finish, then B will start. يبقى ال A have successors will B have predecessor. ادي ال B. ال B equal 10 days برضو. And I have another activity will start after A finish. C one second, guys. 1 second, please. I will come back 1 second. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we have activity. Float B is 1 day, 2 days. It's not okay. Let us see. We have another. We have another activity اللي هو ABC. C cannot start until A finish. يبقى here C. C total duration for C as activity is equal 20 days. And I have another activity as well is activity B cannot start until A finish, and duration for this activity is equal A, B, C, D is equal 30 days. I have now network. This is finished to start, finished to start, finished to start. I have activity A have 3 successors. Your activity A have 3 successors, and activity B have 1 successor. Activity C have 1 successor. Activity D have 1 successor. These 3 activities, it will be finished all together. Then activity E will start. This activity E will start. So now the network is how many days now? How many days? I have 5 activities. This is A, B, C, D, E. E equal total duration for E is equal 10 days. يبقى E have 3 predecessors. 3 predecessors. And the A have 3 successors. And the B have 1 successors and 1 predecessor. The C have predecessor A and successor E. D have successor اللي هو E and they have predecessor اللي هو E. Okay, let us calculate the total duration for the project: float, early start, early finished, and let us see. Network is ready today. What happened? Check back. We have in this technique forward bus. This is the direction of our forward bus. Start forward bus at 1 F path forward. This direction. Start from here. Start from 0. 0 يبقى 0. Early start. Early finish 10 days. يبقى A will start finish in day number 10. يبقى الاكتيفيتي B والاكتيفيتي C والاكتيفيتي D will start in day 10. 10. Okay. 10 plus 20 plus 10 is equal 20. يبقى activity B will finish in day number 20. 10 plus 20 is equal 30. يبقى activity C will finish on day number 30. D 10 plus 30 is equal 40. يبقى day A activity D will finish on day number 40. Your days in your project start with day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, whatever until the end of the project. Activity A will start when, guys? Start when should be start when should be start after 20 days, ولا 30 days, ولا 40 days. I need to know. Let us see. 40 ولا 20 ولا 30 ولا 10 ولا whatever. Activity should start when? If activity have 3 predecessors, means I believe the internet today is something wrong. Hello. All of you guys, you are hearing me, guys? Please, you are here. Let me check whatever. Yes, okay. Yes, proceed. Oh, very good. Now, at least the internet, I don't know what's happening. Anyway, yes, proceed. We can hear. Very good. So that's mean what? Activity E start in day number 40. I have here 40. I have 40. يبقى 40 plus 10 يبقى 50. يبقى activity D, E have early finish is equal 50 days. What exactly I estimated in this forward pass direction, this direction from left to right? What I calculate? I calculate early dates and early finish. يبقى ES plus EF plus what? Plus total duration for the project, total duration. Correct? At the 3 values, I calculate all early dates for any activities. Any activity in the network, I calculate early dates for it. Early dates means what? Early start, early finish. And I calculate total duration for the project. Very good. Type. I will calculate in back forward bus. This back forward bus starts from here in this direction. But this is back forward bus. Back forward bus. And this is a forward bus. Type. The last activity in your project, early finish, yes, early finish is equal late finish. This is the last date. Last date, whatever. Last date is here the same. The early finished and the late finish for activity is the same. 50. 50 minus 10, 50 minus duration, late finish minus D is equal late start, 40. 50 minus 10, 40. This 40, it will go here as a 40. Yes, 40. 40. 40. 40. 40 minus 10, late finish for activity B 40 minus duration يبقى يديك late start اللي هي كام؟ 30. Here 40 minus late finish minus D equal 20. Okay. ال 40 for activity D minus duration, late finish for activity D minus duration يديك ايه؟ late start اللي هي equal 10 اللي هي 40 minus 30 10. stop بقى here ادي 10 20 here 20 and here is 30. This activity Late finish. What is the late finish for activity A? Late finish for activity A. What is the late finish for activity A? Late finish for activity is what? Is equal the lowest value from its successors. What is the latest start value? The lowest late start value. Late start value. Late start value is 10. When we calculate in back forward, and any activities have 5 successors, 6 successors, 10 successors, take the lowest late start. Take the lowest late start, which is 10. But in forward pass, any activity, how many, whatever they have predecessor, 5, 2, 3, 5, 10, take the highest a early finish. Take the highest early finish. You see, we take high here, we take 40. And we take 10 because it's activity critical path in the same. So you have 10 minus 10, 0. Total duration for the project then, how many days now? Your total duration is 50 as we discussed. You calculate in forward bus, back forward bus, in back forward bus, what did you calculate? You calculate late start, late finish first, late finish, and late start. You calculate late finish. Yes, we calculate late finish first, and late start. What else? Float. How you are going to calculate float? Float's coming here. 50 minus 50 is equal 0. What does it mean? يبقى 50 late finish. يبقى float is equal for any activity. Float equal what? Late finish minus early finish. Equal what else? Equal what else? Equal late start minus early start. This is it. Let us go here. 50 minus 50, 0. 40 minus 40, 0. Tab here. Activity B. 40 minus 20 is equal 20. 30 minus 10, 20. You've added the float here is equal 20 days. Tab activity C. I have late finish equal 40. Early finish 30. يبقى 40 minus 30 is equal 10. Late start is equal 20 minus early start 10. يبقى دي 10. يبقى correct. يبقى I have here 10. Here 40 minus 40 is equal 0. 10 minus 10 is equal 0. يبقى I have now ادي critical activity اللي هي E. I have second critical activity اللي هي D. From what? I calculated from back forward pass. Back forward pass, he will check the criticality of the activities because he will calculate for me the float. We will calculate total float. Whatever I have here now is total float. Later on, we'll discuss about free float. So now this is 10, 10, 10 minus 10, 10 minus 10 is equal 0. And 0 minus 0 is equal 0. يبقى I have critical activity added A. This is the longest pass. And I have a D as a critical activity. And I have an E as a critical activity. يبقى I have 3 activities in the longest pass. All of them is a critical because sure يبقى دي كده. طب what about activity B with C? LB can delay it for 20 days. Can delay it for 20 days without impact the entire project duration. طب C as well can it delay it how many days? C guys, I need all of you to write now. C can delay it how many days? Allowance, have allowance, how many days? How many days? Let us see. C, how many days? Write it down. C, how many total float? How many days can delayed without impact the total duration for the project? Activity C can delay it if he have 10 days. If he have 10 days as total float, guys. Come on. Activity C. Activity C here. How many days? Activity C can delay it with 10 days. 10 days without impacting the total duration for the project. What is the definition of total float? Total float mean what? Means the allowance for any activity can be delayed without impacting the total duration for the project. Means what? Mean any activities in not critical path and they have total float, for example, a limit time for the total float, if exceeds than this total limit, means by 1 day, each activity delayed in after using the total float for non-critical activities means it will impact the project 1 day. Give us example. Assume activity B will delay 21 days. Let us calculate the impact. Assume it will be delayed more than 21, and more than 20 days means 21 days. It will start in 10 days plus 21, that's meaning what? The total, the early finish, it will be 31. لا بلس بقى, it will be 20 plus 10 at the 30, it equal 41. 41, it will come here 41. 41 plus 10 is equal 51. The impact here is what? The impact here is delaying the total duration for the project 1 day. Okay, forward pass, back forward pass. I will give another example for 3 activities only. This is very important, very important. Let us see. I have 3 activities only, AD 1, 2, AD 1, 2, 3, 5 days. B, C, 5 days, 7 days, and 5 days. The relation is you are finished to start. All the relation is finished to start. Let us calculate the total duration and calculate float and a forward pass, back forward pass. Start with 0, 5, 5, 5, 5 plus 5 is equal 10. 5 plus 7 is equal 12. Activity D, how many predecessors he have? How many predecessors? Activity D have a D1 predecessor will be a C second predecessor, a third predecessor اللي هو الايه؟ يبقى cannot start until the highest early finished. Where is the highest early finished for activity C اللي هو it's not 10 it's not 5 اللي هو 12 يبقى 12. I am calculating now early dates and total duration for the project in forward bus. This is forward bus. يبقى 12 plus 7 is equal 17. Early finish, same late finish is equal 17. 17 minus 5 is equal 12. 17 minus 17 0. 12 minus 12 0. يبقى total float here is equal 0. يبقى the first critical activity. يبقى ادي first critical activity. I am calculating now in back forward bus. This is the back. يبقى 12 going 12 12 minus 5 is equal what? 7. 12 minus 7 is equal 5. I will take the lowest late start. Where is the lowest late start? Is 5. 5 minus 5 is equal 0. يبقى this activity this float is total float is 0. يبقى that's critical activity linked with finish to start with another critical activity because the total float for this activity is equal 0 and linked with this is your critical bus. 0 0 0. What about activity B? Activity B is equal what? Is equal 12 minus 10 is equal 2, or 7 minus 5 is equal 2. This is the way you are using precedence diagram methods. In your exam, we have very important one questions here in our exercise. Let us have it in here. Here, homework number 1. Let us go for the last one. All of you have this one. Let us read about this one. All of you read questions number 11. A project. Let us see how we are going to solve this question number 11. A project consists of assembling a system using parts from source X and source Y. All of you guys with me? Please, all of you with me? Any SMS, yes or no, please? I cannot see all of you, but you can hear me and you can saw me. Okay, so a project consists of assembling a system using parts from a source X and source Y. A task A, description. Task B, description. Task C, description. And D, description. And give you follows task. Follows task اللي هو successors. يعني following task. يعني sorry, predecessors. predecessor following task follows task here. يعني A have no predecessor. B have A predecessor. C have B predecessor. D have A predecessor. E have C with D predecessor. And they give you total duration for each activity. And if the manufacturing of parts from source X is delayed by 3 days, now requiring 10 days to obtain those parts, the total completion delay in days will be most nearly. All of you take 3 minutes or 4 minutes, no big deal. Let us solve this questions number 11. All of you, please, guys. I have a network with how many activities? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let us see how you are going to do it. Did you have all this exercise with you, hard copy? Sorry, homework. This is the homework or exercise. Printed hard copy always. Did you have it in your WhatsApp group? You have it in our WhatsApp group. I sent it yesterday. And you have even the exercise. Let us solve this questions number 11. All of you, try to solve it by your own hand now. Try. Try to exercise, guys. Yalla. And give me the right answer. Select one. 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Let us see. A have none. No predecessor. The first activity or whatever the activities in your project have no predecessors means in the start date. Any activities, there is no any predecessor means what is the activity in the start date. Any activities have the no successors means should be not open activities and should be the last activity. The last activity have no successors. The first activity have no predecessor. يبقى دي الايه؟ الايه have البي ادي البي have السي finish to start and الدي A B C D have A as predecessor. We will check now or my network is correct or not. This is D and I have E is have two predecessor اللي هو السي والدي. Okay, let us check again. Homework. I have A follows tasks none. Total duration 2. Okay, يبقى 2. B have a 2. يبقى 2. I have 2. يبقى here is see this is A and here is 2. I have 2 days here and I have D. I have C. I have D. يبقى أنا عندي A have B with D. Let us check again. Check here. Okay, is B have A with C have B 7 days. 7 days. And E 2 days. and D 11 days. 11 days. Here I have 11 days. 2 days. يبقى correct كده. Let us first calculate the total duration for the project early dates, and let us see the condition he tell me or the actual, what have been happen in actual. He's giving you an actual records. He told you there is a particular actual records. He have it here. This actual record telling you what if the manufacturing of parts from source X is delayed. يعني means happen, delayed by 3 days. None now requiring 10 days in except activity C. Activity C اللي هي manufacturing part of source from source X. يعني الاكتيفيتي C instead have 7 days, it will take 10 days. يعني actual it will be 10 as assumption of what? Assumption of all the activities finish on time. This is the assumption. That means what? Let us calculate ادي الفورورد باس 0 2 plus ادي 2 يبقى here 2 plus 2 is 4. I have 4 days here and here I have 2 plus 11 as 13 days. I have 13 days here, keep it in my mind, and I have here 4 plus 7 is 11. يبقى 11 ولا 13. I will take 13 days, the highest in forward bus. 13 plus 2 is equal 15. يبقى total duration now for my project is 15 days. And all the early dates with me, I already calculated. Early start and early finish. Let us go back. Let us see the critical path first. Where is the critical path? يبقى late start equal early finish with for activity E يبقى دي 15. 15 minus 2 ادي 13. يبقى here is 0 because 15 minus 15 is 0. 13 minus 13 0 يبقى critical path. طيب 13 يبقى I have here 13 days. 13 days. 13 minus 7. 13 minus 7 is equal what? 6 days. 6 days. 13 minus 11 يبقى 2 days. This activity have total float equal 2 days. Okay. طب 6 here you go and 6 here. 6 days minus 2 is equal 4. Okay, very good. And here 13 is 13. 13 minus 11 is equal to. This activity I will take the lowest late start. Where is the lowest late start here? يبقى I will take 2. 2 minus 2 is equal 0. حلو. يبقى total float here is equal 0 because 2 minus 2 0 0 minus here 13 minus 13 is equal 0. 2 minus 2 0. يبقى this is critical activity. Another critical activity. Another critical activity. Any delays in this critical path 1 day, every activity it will be delay 1 day, 10 days, whatever, it will impact the total duration for the project, whatever the delays. But here in the other activity, in other route is we have A, B, C, E. I have here 2 days total float and 2 days total float. Right. Tell me in actual, this activity C take 10 days. يبقى actual duration is equal 10 days. If the actual duration is equal 10 days, that means what? This is a 4 will start with assumption of what? With assumption all activities finish on time as planned. يبقى 4 minus 10 يبقى equal 14. يبقى in this case what will happen here? Activity E will never start until C finish because whatever. So C will E start 13 or 14? It will start on 14. 14 plus 2 is equal 16. 16. 16 does mean what? The total impact for the delays is equal what? اللي هي 15 minus 16 equal minus 1 يبقى minus because this is delays. يبقى the total impact for the project duration is equal. Please, all of you give me the answer. Hello? Hello, guys. Are you okay? Hello? 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 1 days. B1. Yes, please, guys. Try to makes me live because, yes, you buy the total impact. So what else you can calculate it? How you can calculate it else? I will tell you how. This is very good. Very good. How you are going to يبقى LB. Very good. So what else is? Here I have 2 days. Here I have 2 days. See, the total float is equal 2 days. Okay. Means what? Means if 7 days means what? Means the float, the late start here is what? The early finish or early finish is equal what? Early finish is equal what? Early finish is equal early start plus duration. صح كده؟ ها؟ طيب الليت ستارت الليت finish is equal what? الليت finish is equal late start plus what else? الفلوت plus duration. That means what here? Means I have here 2 days and 3 days delays because 10 minus 7 is equal 3. This activity have 2 days only, but take 3 days allowance. يبقى the 1 day, 3 minus 2 equal 1 day. يبقى the total duration for the project delay is 1 day. The same. Okay, let us go for our homework. And this is number 11 already solved. Let us see another questions. We'll go for this homework. Okay, number 1. The internet, I believe, is very slow. I don't see the. I don't see all of you. I don't know why. So let us see now. As the question number 1. In your project status report, the work packages amount as planned was $15,000. The achievement was $12,000 and your cost incurred for your work achieved was $10,000. The current progress status, select one. Okay, very good. Let us see, guys, what does it mean schedule variance? What does it mean schedule performance indicator, and how you are going to judge schedule ahead, behind. Let us see. First of all, let us go for our slides and check where we are. Where we are. Activity list. This is activity list, duration, finish, all. Project baseline. The project baseline, we have all the activities, all the critical paths. We denoted we are presented by red colors. That's meaning they don't have any float. Any other activities have free float and total float. What does it mean, free float and total float? The free float is allowance for any activities. See, guys, free float is an allowance for any activities. If it exceeds than this allowance, it will impact only the successors. It will not impact free float. If it exceeds than the limit, it will not impact the total duration for the project. Total float it will impact the total duration for the project. Means what? Its allowance for any activities can delayed without impacting the total duration. But if delayed more than this allowance, it will impact the total duration, whatever the delay is, 1, 2, 3 days. يبقى free float impacted what is not entire project. Free float is impacting the successors. Total float is impacting the total activities, total project duration. We'll discuss about here project schedule baseline. Milestone. What does it mean, milestone? Milestones is a significant point or event in the project. Milestone could be a contract milestones. Sometimes we have a contract milestones like particular area or zone or building or whatever to be finished in a specified time. Means 10 months from the start date, 3 months, 4 months, whatever. Design and build, a lot of milestones in design and build contract, design and build. Sometimes even in oil and gas, there is a lot of have milestones. If even it's not in oil gas projects, in commercial, residential, sometimes we have a lot of milestones as in contract. Or you can present it in as identifies all project milestones and indicates whether the milestones is mandatory. This is a contract. Or otherwise, you can create your milestones in your baseline. How you are going to create your milestones is defined activities. It means what? For example, substructure as a work packages, all the substructures for all the entire building. Take it as a milestones. Mean what? The start date for the first substructure work for the first building until the last substructure work package for the last building. This milestone, it will take all the activities for this work packages only. Or you can make a plaster milestones. Means what? The first activity for the plaster for all the project, which maybe can have 3,000 activity for plaster, you can put it together as a milestone. So you can monitor all the plaster activities only, or shuttering activities, or ceramic tiles, wall or flooring. A milestone you can create, a lot of milestones you can create in your baseline, and this is very important because are useful tools for setting schedule, goals, and monitoring progress. Critical path, as I told you, the critical path is the critical path which have no float, zero total float. Okay, how to calculate it? We calculate it, and how to calculate and reduce it, we will discuss about it right now. Calculation of the critical path, we have the critical path is the path that takes the longest to complete. And thus determine the minimum duration of the project. Yes, minimum duration for the project is the longest path as well. Don't forget the minimum duration because it's fixed. In your project duration, telling 10 months, 7 months, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, is already constrained, already defined. A critical path is that thus it determines the minimum duration for the project, and it's the path that takes the longest to complete. Just only to guys, we are not going for BMB exam, just take it like that only. Don't worry, and this is more than enough. A network path is a sequence of activities that begins in the start of the project and goes to the end of the project. Float, slugs, sometimes we call it slack, or free float and total float, project float. Total float is the amount of time and activity can be delayed without delaying the project and date. This is the key type of float. Total float, it will entire project, but in free float, this is the amount of time and activity can be delayed without delaying the early start of its successors. Whatever this activity have 5 successors, 2 successors, all it will be impacted. If activity A have 5 successors and activity A have free float 3 days, okay, if this activity free float 3 days and this activity delayed 4 days, that's mean what? The 5 successors, it will be delayed 1 day. This if have free float. If activity A have 5 successors, and whatever inside the network, and total float for this activity delayed 1 day, it will impact it entire project because this is total float. Okay, good. This is a networking diagram. We have activity on node, activity on arrow, and the precedence diagram method. In your exam, only two questions, but I don't know, maybe one of them activity on arrow, maybe one of them precedence diagram is mixed here. You can say mixed. This activity on node, we have this is the presented activity on node, types of networking diagram, activities on arrow, activities on node, and this is for your information, scheduling, compression, and crashing, and a fast tracking. We'll go for, stop here, and we'll go for our exercise. We have exercise here. Question number 6, we already. Let us solve number 6. Use activity on arrow methods to and define the total duration for the project. Please, guys, please solve this question. You take 2 minutes. After this, solving this question, we'll take break for 5 minutes, guys. Please, questions number 6, solve it now and give me the correct answer. You have network at 1 activity, 2 activities, 3 activity, 4 activity, 5 activity, 6 activity, 7 activities. The predecessor for A is 0, predecessor for B nothing, C nothing. Yeah, that's meaning what? The 3 of them start on the same start date. There is no predecessors. Okay, D have predecessor, E have predecessor, F have predecessor, and G have 3 predecessors, and giving you duration. Predecessors mean what? No, A in the back. You are facing the screen, left hand side. Successors, right hand side. If you are facing the screen, predecessor, left hand side. Successors, right hand side, and your activity in the middle. Predecessors mean should be this predecessor finished, so this activity can start. Yeah. Give me the right answer, please. 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Guys, please. Nobody solving. Guys, solve, please. Give me the right answer. Give me the right answer. All of you, please, guys. Hello. How you are going to calculate the total duration for the project. Activity on arrow. What is the answer? Are all of you solving or not? Are all of you solving or not? I need all of you. Please try to solve. I will give 1 minute more. Let me solve it. Solve it or not? Anyone, engineer, please, guys. Did you hear me? Hello? $11 days. Oh, okay. The system is very, by the way, the internet is very slow here because I don't see all this shit. 11 days. Very good, guys. That's meaning all of us now solving. So I will solve it to all of you. See, the network is very, very, very interesting, actually. 1 2 3 4 5 activity 1 hour. يبقى A B C all of them at A B C no predecessor. Very good. Let us see what else. Slowly you can solve this. ال A no predecessor, ال B no predecessor, ال C no predecessor, ال D have A. ال D have A. Let us see. ال D have A. Where is ال A? The D. يبقى D here. Okay, very good. And the D have A. ال E have a C. ال E have C. Where is the C? يبقى ال E. ال E here. Okay. What else? What else? What else I have? ال F have A. Where is ال F have A? ال F. ال F have ال A. اوكي يبقى ال F D E ادي ال E.